Ambassador Cole had 4 hearts, and all of them raced as the spacecraft descended toward Earth. His blue exoskeleton clicked nervously as he checked his diplomatic badges one final time. "Landing in 5 minutes, Ambassador," said the pilot. Cole nodded, his antenna twitching. The Ardulians had watched humans from afar for centuries, but this was the first official contact. His species had selected him for his calm nature, a joke now as his hearts fluttered like wings. Through the viewport, Earth looked deceptively peaceful. Blue oceans, white clouds, green and brown land. Cole had studied all the reports. Humans were classified as Category 3, potentially dangerous but rational. They fought wars but also created art. They destroyed environments but also tried to save them. Confusing, fascinating creatures. The ship touched down at the special landing zone outside Geneva. A small group waited on the tarmac, just as agreed in the preliminary communication protocols. "Remember your training," Cole whispered to himself. "No sudden movements. Maintain proper distance. Speak clearly into the translator." He stepped onto the ramp, feeling Earth's gravity pull slightly stronger than on his home world. The air smelled different, richer, wetter than the filtered atmosphere of Ardul. His breathing slits widened to adjust. A human stepped forward from the group. Female, according to Cole's studies. Shorter than him, but with a confident stance. "Ambassador Cole," she said, bowing slightly instead of extending her hand as Cole had feared. Someone had briefed her well about Ardulian touch sensitivity. "I am Ambassador Song. Welcome to Earth." Cole's translator implant converted her sound waves into meanings his brain could understand. He bowed in return, careful not to bend too far and expose his vulnerable neck ridges. "The honor is mine, Ambassador Song. I bring greetings from the Galactic Confederation." The formal exchange complete, other humans approached to introduce themselves. Cole's third heart skipped when one moved too quickly, but he maintained his composure. Their faces were so mobile, so expressive compared to his rigid exoskeleton. How did they communicate with such constantly changing features? After the formal greetings, Ambassador Song explained, "We have prepared a residence for you with environmental controls set to Ardulian standards. I hope you will find it comfortable." The drive from the landing zone surprised Cole. Reports had described human cities, but seeing the structures, vehicles, and countless humans moving about overwhelmed his senses. His secondary heart began beating faster to compensate. "Your species builds impressively," he commented. Song smiled. "Thank you. This is actually quite a small city by our standards." The diplomatic residence sat on a quiet street with large trees, another strange Earth feature. Plants on Ardul never grew so tall or so individually. Each tree looked different from the next. "This will be your home during negotiations," Song explained as they entered. "The main residence is mine, just next door. We thought having the ambassadors live close would help build understanding between our worlds." The residence contained modified furniture to accommodate his exoskeleton, atmospheric regulators, and nutrition dispensers programmed with Ardulian biochemistry. Cole felt a wave of appreciation for the preparation. "Tomorrow we begin formal talks," Song said. "But tonight my husband and I would like to invite you for a meal at our home. A personal welcome rather than a diplomatic one." Cole hesitated. His briefing had suggested keeping first interactions formal, but refusing might seem offensive. His fourth heart joined the others in their rapid beating. "I would be honored," he said finally. After Song left, Cole sent his first report to the Confederation. Through the secure quantum link, "Arrived safely. Humans appear peaceful and have made significant accommodations for biological differences. Initial diplomatic contact successful." He didn't mention his racing hearts. As the evening approached, Cole reviewed human dining customs and practiced controlled breathing to calm his cardiovascular system. Nothing in his research had prepared him for how overwhelming real humans would be. Their sounds, their smells, their constant movements. As darkness fell, Cole walked the short distance to Ambassador Song's residence, his 4 hearts now beating in anxious rhythm. The door opened before he could announce himself. "Welcome to our home," Ambassador Song said with a warm smile. "Please come in and meet my family." Cole stepped inside, unaware that the true test of his hearts was yet to come. Ambassador Song's home surprised Cole. Unlike the sterile diplomatic quarters prepared for him, her house felt alive, full of colors, textures, and smells. His sensory appendages struggled to process. Pictures hung on walls showing Song with other humans. Some objects seemed to serve no purpose except to look pleasant. "Please make yourself comfortable," Song said, gesturing to a chair modified for his exoskeleton. "My husband Han will join us shortly." Cole settled carefully onto the seat. The atmospheric regulators hummed softly, adjusting the air to match his biology. His second heart slowed slightly as he relaxed. "Your dwelling contains many personal items," Cole observed. Song smiled. "Yes, humans like to surround themselves with memories and things that bring joy. That vase was my grandmother's. Those photos show our trip to Jeju Island last year." The concept fascinated Cole. Ardulians valued function over sentiment. Their homes contained only necessary items. Nothing expired or outdated remained. "Would you like something to drink while we wait?" Song asked. "We have prepared a solution matching your nutritional needs." "Thank you," Cole said, accepting a container of blue liquid. As they discussed basic diplomatic matters, Cole's attention kept drifting to strange sounds coming from another part of the house. Soft thumps, scratching, a high-pitched noise that rose and fell. "Is someone else here?" he asked, his third heart speeding up. "No, just—" Song began, but a loud bark cut her off. Cole nearly spilled his drink. "What was that?" "Oh, don't worry," Song said casually. "That's just Bori. He's probably excited because he hears us talking." "Bori." Cole's translator implant struggled with the word. "My husband is walking the dogs right now. Bori must have heard us and wants to join. They'll be back soon." Dogs, Cole searched his memory. Earth creatures with 4 legs and fur. His briefing mentioned them as wild animals, but Song spoke as if they lived here. Before he could ask more questions, the front door opened. "We're home," called a deep voice. "Sorry we're late." A tall human male entered the room. Cole rose to greet Ambassador Song's husband, but froze when he saw what followed the man. "Ambassador, Cole, this is my husband Han," Song said. "Han, this is the Ardulian ambassador we've been preparing for." Han bowed respectfully. "Welcome to Earth and to our home." Cole barely registered the greeting, his attention fixed on the 2 creatures beside Han. 4-legged, covered in fur with long snouts and visible teeth. One was black and white, the other golden brown. Both stared at Cole with intense focus. "And these," Han continued cheerfully, "are our dogs Bori and Maru." Cole's 4 hearts began beating wildly out of sync. His exoskeleton clicked as he stepped back. "They live here? With you?" he managed to ask. Song nodded. "Of course. They're our pets." The translator implant offered no clear meaning for pets. Cole's third heart skipped painfully. "Most humans keep animals in their homes," Han explained, misreading Cole's reaction as simple curiosity. "Dogs have lived with humans for thousands of years." The golden dog moved forward, nose extended toward Cole. The ambassador backed against the wall, trying to maintain diplomatic composure while calculating escape routes. "Maru, sit," Han commanded, and surprisingly the creature obeyed. "Sorry, she's friendly but curious. We can put them in another room if they make you uncomfortable." "That would be appreciated," Cole said, his voice strained. As Han led the Seo animals away, Cole's medical monitor beeped softly, warning of irregular heart patterns. Song looked concerned. "Are you all right? We should have asked if you're comfortable around animals. Not all humans keep pets either." "I am fine," Cole lied, his 4th heart fluttering dangerously. "This is simply unexpected." When Han returned, they sat down to dinner. Cole tried to focus on the diplomatic discussions, but his mind kept returning to the fact that these rational beings voluntarily shared their dwelling with unpredictable wild creatures. "The dogs are in our bedroom now," Han explained. "They'll stay there during dinner." You share your sleeping chamber with them as well? Cole asked, unable to hide his shock. The human couple exchanged amused glances. Sometimes, Song admitted. Many humans let their pets sleep on their beds. As they continued talking, Cole heard scratching at a door somewhere in the house. His primary heart began racing again. Don't worry, Han assured him. They're just wondering why they're missing the party. Cole nodded politely, but his medical monitor continued to beep. How could humans possibly relax while living with such creatures? And what else about Earth life might cause his hearts to fail before diplomacy even began? Dinner progressed smoothly after the dogs were confined to the bedroom. Cole's hearts gradually returned to normal rhythm as they discussed trade possibilities between Earth and the Confederation. The humans seemed reasonable and intelligent, despite their strange habit of living with animals. Would you like to see our garden before dessert? Song suggested. The night air might be refreshing. Cole agreed, curious about Earth's plant life. As they stood to move toward the back door, a loud crash came from elsewhere in the house. Han sighed. I'll check on the dogs. They probably knocked something over. While Han was gone, Song showed Cole to the garden. The variety of plants amazed him. Tall ones, short ones, some with bright colors that his compound eyes detected even in the dim evening light. Each plant serves a different purpose, Song explained. Some provide food, others oxygen, and some we grow simply because they're beautiful. This concept of beauty as a purpose fascinated Cole. His people were practical above all else. A shout from inside interrupted their garden tour. The dogs got out. Song, they're heading your way. Before Cole could process this warning, the back door burst open. The two furry creatures bounded into the garden, moving at alarming speed directly toward him. Bori! Maru, stop! Song called, but the animals ignored her. Cole's primary heart seized. His exoskeleton went rigid as all four hearts began beating chaotically. The medical monitor on his wrist screamed warnings. The golden dog reached him first, rising up on its hind legs and placing its front paws against his body. Its mouth opened, revealing rows of teeth. Cole's translator implant offered nothing to explain these actions. Maru, down! Han shouted, running into the garden. I'm so sorry, Ambassador. They're just excited to meet you. Excited? Cole managed to say, frozen in place as the black and white dog circled him, sniffing loudly. They appear to be hunting. Song looked embarrassed. No, they're greeting you. Dogs show affection differently than humans or Ardulians. The golden dog, Maru, dropped back to all fours but remained pressed against Cole's legs. The sensation of fur against his exoskeleton sent strange signals to his brain. This is affection? Cole asked, disbelieving. Han pulled Maru gently away. They want to be friends. Dogs are social animals. They form bonds with humans and other species. Just as Cole's hearts began to stabilize, a new sound cut through the night. A high, strange noise followed by a blur of motion from a nearby tree. A smaller creature with pointed ears and glowing eyes landed silently on the garden wall, staring directly at Cole. His fourth heart stopped completely for 3 seconds. What is that? He gasped when it restarted. That's just Dal, our cat, Song said casually. We have 3 pets, not just the dogs. The cat's eyes narrowed as it studied Cole from its perch. Unlike the dog's obvious movements, this creature seemed calculating, patient. You keep predators as companions? Cole asked, struggling to understand. They're domesticated, Han explained, picking up the black and white dog as it tried to jump on Cole again. Their ancestors were wild, but dogs and cats have lived with humans for thousands of years. They depend on us now, and we care for them. The concept was so alien to Cole that his translator implant kept offering alternative meanings. Slaves, captives, test subjects. None seemed to fit the obvious affection in Han's voice. But why? Cole finally asked. What function do they serve? Song smiled gently. Companionship mainly. They make us happy. They give and receive love. Love, repeated Cole. His people understood the concept academically but rarely applied it beyond immediate family units, never to other species. As they stood in the garden, the cat leapt silently from the wall onto Han's shoulder, making Cole flinch. The dogs whined, trying to get closer to the alien visitor. Perhaps, Song suggested, noting Cole's medical monitor still flashing warnings, we should return inside and put the pets away for the rest of your visit. Cole nodded gratefully but found himself strangely reluctant to look away from the animals. Dangerous as they seemed, something about their behavior intrigued him. The dog's obvious excitement and the cat's careful observation mirrored his own mixed feelings about humans. As they walked back inside, the golden dog managed to brush against Cole's hand, leaving a strange warm sensation on his exoskeleton. His third heart surprisingly steadied its rhythm. Fascinating, he murmured, watching Han lead the animals away again. Your world is even stranger than our studies suggested. Song smiled. This is just the beginning, Ambassador Cole. There's so much more to learn about each other. The dessert portion of the evening began with Cole's heart still not fully recovered from the pet encounter. Han had secured the animals in a different room, though occasional barks and scratching sounds reminded everyone of their presence. Cole's medical monitor continued to flash yellow warnings, not critical but concerning. I apologize for my reaction to your pets, Cole said, trying the strange word. His translator implant still couldn't provide a satisfactory meaning. On my world, we do not share dwellings with other species. Song served a blue gelatinous substance that human scientists had confirmed was safe for Ardulian consumption. No need to apologize. We should have warned you. I am curious, Cole admitted, poking at the wobbling dessert. Why do humans keep these creatures? What purpose do they serve? Han and Song exchanged glances, seeming unsure how to explain. They're companions, Han finally said. Friends, even family members to many humans. Family. Cole's primary heart stuttered. You consider these animals your kin? Not literally related, Song clarified. But emotionally, yes. Many humans call themselves pet parents, or refer to their animals as fur babies. Cole's translator implant produced a series of confused beeps. Fur babies, he repeated. You consider them your offspring? Han laughed gently. It's a term of endearment. We don't actually think they're our children, but we care for them similarly. We feed them, shelter them, take them to doctors when they're sick. Cole's exoskeleton clicked as he processed this information. And they provide what in return? Companionship. Love. Comfort, Song said. When you've had a difficult day, there's nothing like coming home to a pet who's simply happy to see you. The concept seemed illogical to Cole. Ardulians valued efficiency and purpose. Relationships served social, reproductive, or protective functions. The idea of maintaining another species merely for emotional reasons was foreign. May I ask, Cole began carefully, how you acquired these animals? Were they captured? Han looked shocked. No. We adopted Bori and Maru from a rescue center. They needed homes. And Dal, our cat, simply appeared in our garden one day, Song added. He was hungry and alone, so we fed him. Eventually, he decided to stay. Decided? Cole repeated. The animals choose to remain with you? They are not confined? Well, we keep them inside for safety, Han explained. But yes, they choose to stay. Dogs especially have evolved alongside humans for thousands of years. They're happiest with human companions. As they spoke, a soft thud came from the hallway, followed by the patting of paws. Song sighed. It seems Dal has figured out how to open doors again, she said. Before anyone could move, the cat appeared in the dining room doorway. Unlike the dog's enthusiastic entrance, Dal walked in slowly, yellow eyes fixed on Cole's third heart accelerated. The predator has returned. He's just curious about you, Song assured him. Cats are naturally inquisitive. To Cole's horror, the cat leapt gracefully onto the table and sat directly in front of him, tail swishing slowly. Is this Normal behavior? Cole asked, frozen, in place. For Dal? Yes, Han admitted. We try to keep him off tables, but cats generally do what they want. The concept of allowing an animal to disobey rules further confused Cole. On Ardal, hierarchy and order were essential. So you maintain these creatures, feed them, shelter them, but do not fully control them? Cole asked. Song smiled. That's a very accurate description of cat ownership, yes. The cat moved closer, stretching out a paw toward Cole's plate. No, Dal, Song said firmly, removing the cat from the table. I'm sorry, Ambassador. Cole's medical monitor beeped again as his fourth heart joined the others in rapid beating. In my reports to the Confederation, I must update our assessment of humans. We believed you were Category 3, potentially dangerous but rational. But any species that voluntarily lives with predators might need reclassification. Han looked concerned. We assure you, Ambassador, domestic pets pose no threat. They're completely safe. As if to prove Han wrong, a loud crash came from the other room, followed by enthusiastic barking. I should check on the dogs, Han said, standing quickly. As Han left, Song turned to Cole with an apologetic smile. Perhaps we should end our evening early. This has been a lot for your first day on Earth. Cole nodded gratefully, all four hearts still racing. As Song escorted him to the door, Dal followed silently, watching the alien with unblinking eyes. Until tomorrow, Ambassador, Song said as they reached the door. Cole bowed stiffly. Indeed, it has been educational. Walking back to his quarters, Cole's minds raced even faster than his heart's. Humans were far more complex and far stranger than any Confederation species had imagined. 3 days after the dinner at Ambassador Song's home, Cole sat in his quarters preparing his official report to the Galactic Confederation. His hearts had returned to normal rhythm, though occasional thoughts of the dogs and cats still caused his third heart to flutter. Initial assessment of human society requires significant revision, Cole dictated to his recording device. Humans exhibit unprecedented interspecies bonding behaviors that may explain their rapid cultural development despite their biological limitations. He paused, considering his words carefully. What he planned to suggest was radical. I propose a new theory. Humans advanced quickly not despite their emotional nature but because of it. Their ability to form bonds with other species demonstrates exceptional empathy and communication skills. These traits likely enabled their complex social structures and technological cooperation. Cole stopped the recording. Would the Confederation Council accept such reasoning? Ardulians valued logic above emotion. Most council members viewed human emotionality as a weakness. But after 3 days on Earth, Cole was beginning to see it differently. A soft knock at his door interrupted his thoughts. Ambassador Song requests a moment of your time, announced the human aide stationed outside. Cole opened the door to find Song holding a small package. Good afternoon, Ambassador Cole, she said with a bow. I brought a peace offering after our eventful dinner. Cole invited her inside, curious. I wanted to apologize again for the shock of meeting our pets, Song said. In our eagerness to welcome you personally, we overlooked how strange the concept might be to you. No apology needed, Cole assured her. Cultural misunderstandings are expected in first contact situations. Song smiled, holding out the package. This is a small gift. It might help explain what I couldn't properly convey about human-pet relationships. Cole carefully opened the package with his 3-fingered hands. Inside was a small object made of fabric and filled with something that crinkled. It was shaped vaguely like the cat, Dal, complete with pointed ears and a long tail. It's a cat toy, Song explained. Specifically, it contains dried catnip, a plant that cats find pleasurable and stimulating. When Dal plays with it, he exhibits joy. Cole turned the toy over in his hands, puzzled. You give gifts to your animals? Yes, Song said, and this gift is for you. Not to use with a cat, of course, but as a symbol of something important about humans. What does it symbolize, Cole asked. that we measure the advancement of a civilization not just by its technology or power, but by its capacity for kindness, even toward species different from our own. The way we treat animals reflects our values as a species. Cole considered this as his secondary heartbeat, a thoughtful rhythm. An intriguing perspective. The Confederation measures advancement primarily by technological achievement and resource management. Perhaps there are different paths to advancement, Song suggested, different strengths among species. After Song left, Cole sat with the cat, toy in his hands, thinking deeply. His report needed revision. He activated the recorder again, adding to previous assessment. Human capacity for cross-species empathy suggests exceptional diplomatic potential. Their history contains many conflicts, but also shows remarkable ability to form bonds with those different from themselves. Later, that week, Cole accepted another invitation from the Song Han household, this time with proper cardiovascular preparation. His medical team provided heart stabilizers and advised deep breathing exercises. When he arrived, the golden dog, Maru, approached slowly, as if sensing his nervousness. Song and Han watched carefully but didn't interfere. "You may touch her if you wish," Han offered. "She enjoys gentle pats on her head." Hesitantly, Cole extended one hand. Maru sniffed his exoskeleton, then pressed her head against his palm. The sensation was unlike anything Cole had experienced. Warm, soft, alive in a way different from his own species. His fourth heart, usually the most troublesome, maintained steady rhythm. "Remarkable," Cole whispered. That evening, in his final report before formal negotiations began, Cole included an unprecedented recommendation. All Confederation representatives to Earth should undergo special training regarding human pets. Medical monitoring is advised for first encounters. However, I believe this aspect of human culture represents not a danger, but an opportunity for deeper understanding between our peoples. In his private quarters, Cole placed the cat toy on his desk where he could see it during communications with the Confederation Council. Though he still didn't fully understand humans and their strange affection for other species, he was beginning to see value in it. His primary heart beat steadily as he considered a radical thought. Perhaps the Ardulians, with their 4 efficient hearts, could learn something from humans with their single, emotionally driven one.